Hello friends, happy Homegrown. Since things are just so weird this year and we're doing this virtually, I thought I would resurrect a poem that I read at the Homegrown Poetry Showcase 5 years ago or so, I think, maybe 6. It was the year before I took over as the host. It's called Rules to Follow or Disregard. I think it's really relevant right now. Maybe we need a laugh. Maybe we need to think about all the ways that we demand things of ourselves and all the things that maybe we should just let go. Because, rules. Who needs them? Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Rules to follow or disregard. Don't cross your legs. It's bad for your knees. Don't fall in love with a felon, the unemployed, the insecure. Don't be insecure. Don't go to McDonald's or Walmart. Don't eat processed foods. Don't eat farmed salmon or potato olays dipped in nacho cheese. Don't drink cheap beer unless you're trying to moderate your alcohol intake. Don't get sunburned or overdrawn. Don't marry a bass player. Try to understand what it is you are really thirsty for. Don't claim to know too much. Don't forget your father misses you. Be amazed that you are anything. Don't wait too long to leap. Don't be impulsive. Don't cry when you're drunk. Don't get drunk. Think the worm, think the fish. Don't nap when it's sunny. Don't nap to hide from humans. Don't nap. Don't smoke cigarettes. At the least, don't smell like you smoke cigarettes. Don't waste money. Don't forget that your clothes are still in the washer. Don't stay up too late. Don't drink boxed wine. Don't forget to count how many times you fill your glass when you break the rule and drink boxed wine. Don't be smug. Don't trust politicians or a hungry dog left alone. Don't eat too much cheese or be bossy or covet. Don't give up. Don't obsess. Maintain your eyebrows, shave regularly, pluck stray hairs. Don't need a want, don't want too much, don't pout or frown or talk too loud, don't brag, eat GMOs, or grasp too tightly. Don't forget your worth. Be humble. Don't make assumptions or love to strangers. Squeeze drops, grasp opportunity, wring out the rag, early bird worm, you know the rest. Don't start what you won't finish. Finish. If it feels too good or too bad, walk away. When asked, you are fine. When asked, smile, listen, remember their name. Know when it's not your fault. Know when it is. Sit up straight, exfoliate, moisturize. Don't squint, you'll get wrinkles. Be natural. Don't burst bubbles or risk your own in bad company. Keep your car clean so no one knows you smoke cigarettes and eat potato olays. Don't waste a sunny day. Don't blame winter's darkness. Let a smile come when a single bird sings for the sake of singing. Don't try too hard to be just right. Don't worry how the others are doing it. Don't just move your lips. Sing louder. Don't be shy.
Hi everyone, glad to be with you. Wish we could be in person, but I guess this will have to do. So the last couple of years at Homegrown, I read poems from a manuscript I was working on at the time. And then this last summer, I got a call from Billy Collins, who told me that that manuscript won the Miller Williams Poetry Prize. So it is now a book. Woohoo! So I'm going to read a poem that I've never read for you before from what is now the book, Rose and Blood. And I just want to thank you all, by the way, because you've been very supportive and gave me great feedback on the poems that I read at Homegrown in the past, and that helped give me some of the courage to send this out. So the poem I'm going to read for you for this Homegrown is one I've never read out loud for anyone before. It's in the voice of Rose Murtha, a young woman, probably about 17, who lives in Duluth, and on Sundays during football season, she goes to her friend Kat's house, and they watch Viking games with Kat's mom. And so this is a poem about just watching a football game. It's called "The Weather in Green Bay." So it's an away game. All right. And I feel this poem is kind of, for me at least, it's sort of resonant, with what's going on right now, the crisis in our country, the health crisis. Although, of course, it's, it's told through football. So here we go. The weather in Green Bay. The center births the ball, and the quarterback cradles it to his chest, steps back, the line bending and groaning around him, and tries to divine the future. The temperature is dropping. Everything is turning to ice. The breath on our lips, the sweat on our fingertips, the blood on the grass. Everything is getting slippery now. The quarterback holds tighter, and soon too will we. Even the earth holding us up threatens to spin out from underneath when we take off. We are strong and we are nimble and we are running for our lives. All we pray for is a break, to find ourselves open and free, to turn and see the ball coming our way. When that day comes, we'll clutch the slippery message to our hearts. We'll dig in our cleats and take it to the future. But first we must be open. We must be ready to receive. We must run and swerve and not fall down and warm ourselves with our own heat. Out of the darkness above, a snow begins to fall into the light and din of the stadium, into the camera's collective vision. We can still see the ball rising behind his head, though the snow is falling thick now all over America. Thank you. And happy Homegrown.
Hi Homegrown Poetry, it's me, Crystal. I am sending a video of my poetry from my house. I have lovely plants over here, and then my fish who will be joining. And then I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I have a fly in the room with me, so he will be my audience this afternoon. I have some poetry for you, so I hope you enjoy. And thank you once again for having me be part of Homegrown Poetry this year. While going through a bin of old CDs, a smell that I haven't smelled in years rises up from the pile of discarded music. Cigarettes. Old and stale, but still there. Of course it was his brand. Then I am transported to those memories long forgotten, the lies, the deceit, the pain. Nights I would force myself to stay awake so I could get him at the bar. And of course, on the way, pick him up, something more. Being dragged from one bar to the next, running on nothing but coffee and cigarettes. Well, your cigarettes, that you choose to blow in my face after forcing me in the driver's seat. I put all those broken memories into a bag, and the lid back on the box. For now, for them to get a new life and love, and be out of mine. Here's another one for you. There you are again. For fuck's sake. I'm tired of seeing you. Everywhere I go, I turn, there you are, talking to the same people I did 3 years ago. We are in the same book, but you're 2 chapters behind. If it's meant to be, it will be blast in the car next to me. Once again, the same damn thing, same damn town. Once again, the same damn you. There are only so many times I can say hello without feeling a sting. Especially when you smile. That smile is what got me in the first place. As I walk away, I grab the hand of my new lover. To be honest, I'm glad it isn't yours, but that damn smile. We meet again briefly, in a coffee shop, My senses are met with strong BO, beer, and stale cigarettes. Same damn thing. But here, let me buy you a beer. And you can flash those pearly whites of yours. Yeah, I have a couple more. Can I swear? Really, can I? Because if I do, I might get an angry letter from the association. You know, that one. Moms, dads, people, penguins against drugs, or video games, or vaccines. So since I brought up this topic, and already offended most of you, I'm going to swear. Although for all the associations out there, there are anti-groups to the associations. Like people for vaccines, dads for the color pink, and can't forget penguins for peace. So, the point of this is, I'm going to swear. And tell you all what I really think, and then we can all move on. And live in whatever bubble we choose, because that's how we do. Like the honey badger. He don't care, and now, nor do I. I have one more. So, thank you so much. Homegrown, thank you guys so much for having me be part of this. I'm Crystal Detlefson, and I hope to be back next year. How could you love something that is broken? I've tried to glue my soul back together, but in the end it just breaks and keeps falling apart. The secrets I hold would break you, I know. So I store them away like a squirrel in winter, only to try and never find them again. Too bad, my heart says. Too bad your love is fleeting and over with a blink. Too bad I can't love you too. Too bad they, them, him, her, all love lost. If we meet, says my heart to my soul, one afternoon, I don't think I'd know you. You've changed. And I don't know if I'd like it. Well, says my soul, you know very little about me then. For I am the same, just more bold and ready to love again. Thank you.
Some grip the reins of life and ride them hard, flee all accepted roots and branch endowed, spare not the spur nor crop, throw blood and bruise, corral all scrapes and scalps and harrowed hues. To gun and guard locked bars in some entombed, once free allowed only exploits exhumed. Some rise, though seld, since growing space within, a slim chance squeezes light through bar-scarred skin. When water-wielded walker, what a feat! Confined flat back once rose to float on soul, as Rome nailed down death's dues across beams bore. True freedom sculpts surrender into form. All angels do not rest above man's Mars. A few descend to make their mark in scars.
Scott Kite, 2120 London Road, Duluth, Minnesota. 1 year resident from Chicago, Illinois. Amateur poet, professional romantic. I have something here that everyone can relate to during the shelter in place for the COVID virus. I call this sleeping alone. I feel no joy in sleeping alone. It's a sad and hollow feeling as I slide between the covers. I light at the memory of the blissful feeling of lying naked next to you. Your soft, warm body warms my spirit and soul. I feel electricity as our bare skin touches in the night. I allow myself to dream of the euphoric rush I get when I wrap my arms around your body and spoon you in the darkness. Yet I am alone with only my thoughts and memories to keep me warm on a cold winter night. I miss your feathery touch and your intoxicating scent. I long for the warmth of your body. As I drift into the land and nod, I smile and realize I will never be alone as long as I have memories of you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Liz Minette, and I'm reading for Homegrown Poetry Showcase, virtual poetry showcase for Homegrown 2020. And this is my poem called The Lamp Illuminates. Right, so, the lamp illuminates. The lamp illuminates a stubble of dust all around its plastic shade, and then the power snaps off. Perhaps it is the night heat, an overloaded grid. I find by flashlight downstairs the kerosene lantern my co-worker Steve gave me as Secret Santa exchange one year. He couldn't help but tell me it was him and that he got it at the dollar store. By flashlight I fill the lamp well with dollar store red-colored oil. I trim the dollar wick. I place the lantern in the middle of the kitchen table, and my mother joins me there. We start to remember when we were a family of 4, Mom, Dad, Trish, and I, renting a cabin on Star Lake. We lost power, so we cooked and ate by kerosene. Mom and I remember this too, the Eagle family living on the island directly across from our cabin. How one night the northern lights came out, green arcing above the Eagle Island. We are quiet now as we wait for our power. The only sound, the batteried clock ticking somewhere beyond the light. Thanks. Keep rockin'.
Cold War, with a quote from Khalid Mutawa. Yes, the need for lyric persists. For to love one person, you must contemplate loving the whole world. Too cold for even the birds to fly to the feeder, I curl under a blanket in a wing-back chair with a book of poetry and contemplate the ways in which I might love the whole world, the ways in which I might love you better, here in our warm but small home, amidst the chaos of grown children, of rescue dogs, amidst the clutter I cling to and despise. How do we stop this devolution in which the world is flat again when it was proven to be round? Look, my feet are on the ground, my coffee in its cup on the table. Most days I'm unable to tolerate the ignorance. It's never been so difficult to love. When I have to love even the haters, I shiver, pull the blanket tighter as a lone chickadee appears at the feeder, and I think once again of you, only you. Spring of COVID-19. An elusive snowshoe hare, light enough to bounce across thinning ice to the other side of the river, left perfect fresh tracks embedded in the slush. My favorite season, once full of light and life, is dark now, deadly. As I walk the riverbank, water rises beneath ice, gains momentum, intensity, like the virus sweeping the globe. We are caught unprepared for the speed at which it travels. Safe outdoors, among trees, birds, I steer clear of my species, connect with the forest. When I look across the river, I spy the hare, camouflaged but blinking, twitching in the shadows.
Hello, my name is Laura Sellner, and I wrote these poems while grieving the loss of my mother, who died from brain cancer in October of 2018. The grief is never ending, but these moments were felt deeply. All of a sudden, she's not there. 6 months go by, she loses her mind, and the whole time you're wondering when she will die. You listen to her breathing, you listen to her sleeping, and all the while your heart is breaking from the loss of relationship, the loss of your mother's life. This solid figure who has always been there, created you in her uterus, let you out of the womb, raised you, scolded you, wanted the best for you, and now she's gone, and you feel alone, like you don't have a mother anymore. I strive to be present, but the present moment is too frightening, too real, way too sad. I lean on those around me who have the strength to hold me up. I find comfort in whiskey, in yoga, in men. Your eyes had this distant glaze. Life was leaving you. And I couldn't tell if it was the pain meds or the tumor, but I hoped you could hear me. I have cried multiple times in my kitchen this week, thinking of you and how you used to be. I once sat at your bedside and played with your hair and face. I now sit at your bedside and watch you die. And I wonder, where will the mother's love go? And I finally felt that I needed to love myself, every part, every past, and I will love my lovers more. I will love my children more. I will love you more. This week last year was the last week of my mother's life. I had no idea how quickly she would go. When the nurse explained the likelihood of her dying in 24 hours, I couldn't believe it. I remember her cold body and how she still looked so beautiful. I remember my brothers-in-law saying their goodbyes. I remember my sister's bright lipstick and beautiful skin as she read her farewell letter at the burial. She said she'll miss your phone calls the most. I'll miss our lunches and our trips to the Goodwill. Thank you for listening.
I'm John Herold, and this poem is in the key of H. The country twirls its hair, grinning into calm water, and inside of us another body starts to slump. The solar eclipse is fake. Abraham Lincoln was never president. The White House deletes pages of the Mass in B minor. A body inside of us aches and slumps. The president brags of what he has done. The sunrise, the forward pass, the Mass in B minor, and our stomachs rise to our mouths. In front of chicken coops, the president pontificates. Wind turbines cause cancer of the ear. Coal is beautiful. Our stomachs rise to our mouths while we hear the truth is not the truth. Wind turbines cause cancer of the ear. Coal is clean. Global warming is a Chinese plot, and guns keep children safe. The truth is not the truth, and America will be beautiful. It will be great. You will love it. Global warming is a Chinese plot. Handguns make children safe. The enemy news media pushes Marxism. America will be beautiful. We will love it. And in the woods, beetles and centipedes start their move away from us. The enemy news media pushes Marxism. The president reads love letters from dictators. Centipedes and beetles bury themselves into the soil while something inside drifts another arm's length away. The president reads love letters from dictators. And while the bobcat turns its back to not see us, something inside moves farther away. The spruce bog holds its breath, eyes closed. Lynx and rabbit turn their backs to not see us. Our leaders boast of groping women as the spruce bog holds its breath, eyes closed. And inside us the stooped body turns away. The solar eclipse is fake. Abraham Lincoln was never president. And something leaves our body out the top of our heads, while swirls of fog wander the shoreline at dusk. Grinning into calm water, the country pulls out its hair, a few strands every hour.
This is Lucas Allen Dici reading I Just Wish to Watch the Virus Wash Over Us. I am exhausted only after waking up. I've been places in the past. Dreams have become sequences of future things. After sleep, I am heavy as a taconite leviathan. I smoke cigaros analog, kept knees thrust to my rib cage in a new age of corona capitalism, waiting to take sick, smelling the flu perfume. I just wish to watch the virus wash over us. The police will cut the bridges with scissors on our Wisconsin side, on a Gibraltar surrounded by rocks. We'll be very much on our own, like a kitten in an overflowing cat box. I work in a ghosting town on an altar of night, full of quiet discord, with spring streets as empty as a teen gymnast's bulimic belly. To have grinding inside anxiety, to have the mandate, to hold up the moon, with deep-colored melancholy. I feel feelings. I feel the enemies bombing my brain, which reels as a carving water wheel in a cave. Seeing life as only sober now, making love with the reality.
This first one's called Ode to an Unnamed Individual in Patient Accounts. You know who you are. How dost thou revolt me? Let me count the ways, if you've but patience, sir, and time. My nose hath smelt a scent, and no amount of scentsy spray can dull this odious slime. Mine eyes do burn as antipathy grows. Thy scent doth cause me frequently to vom. Thou thinkest that thy feet smell like a rose, but thou art like a wretched, vile smoke bomb. If I henceforth do smell thee from afar, then I shall show this sonnet to HR. This next one's called Flamin' Pumpkin Skin. The wind blows and leaves scatter, and a vast expanse of thoughts gives way to a sigh. Apprehension holds me still, and I'd scream to the heavens till I too believe that everything is okay. But oh, I'm a fickle one, an equivocator even. I always love the chill in the air when summer gives way to fall, and I'm surrounded by the decay, the slow resignation, as the crown is thrown down and a new spirit takes the throne. Contorted, macabre faces look out through flame and pumpkin skin, mocking what is, mocking the gravity of a world full of death. What is expires to make way for what will be. And I yearn to cling to this and to claim that I know I will feel the same way I do today upon waking up tomorrow, and to believe that this shaky foundation will someday be made of stone. But oh, I'm a fickle one, ever the equivocator. So I'll look out from behind my pumpkin skin, mocking the frightful spirits that lurk nearby, whilst I shiver in my boots. For I'm afraid, yeah, frightened half to death, but this goblin face shall hide me yet. I'll screw my courage to the sticking place, for it's many an enchanted eve shall pass before I too expire to make way for something new, and no amount of time will be long enough for me to surrender to my fears. Some masks serve a worthy purpose. Thank you.